Poverty itself, especially transgenerational poverty,
Yeah.
there is no hope anywhere. It's a predictable kind of outcome. You already know who you're going to become. If you can see like 4 generations of a certain family on the street, it tells you that there is no way out for that child.
Right.
So freedom first, providing stability to that child.
The power of spirituality in this work that you do is amazing. Broken, lost, being transformed by the power of God. And you see them talk better, you see them pray, you see them worship, you see them become happy. Some came in depressed, but their nature changed. The devil uses poverty as a tool to make people to be broken. Let's be honest. Who wants disgruntled mothers? Who wants families that are broken? Is the devil. Who wants people well, healthy, built up? Is God.
There is something that only God does. There is that one you need to turn to. Begin to ask for a solution. The spiritual freedom, the mental freedom, the psychological freedom. You letting yourself to be free, to embrace even the opportunity that is being given to you. For those who run away from help, you then begin to wonder, what's the problem? The problem is that the individual is still chained.
Mental change. Spiritual change.
Yes, absolutely.
This episode we're sharing with Mr. Abimbola Ojenike. He is the lead partner at Slingstone Law Practice. He's also the founder of the Destiny Trust Foundation, and he's also the director of Touch the World Foundation, like a man of many hearts. He's a lawyer, social technocrat. He's like an educationist. He's like many things in one. Mr. Abimbola, welcome to Touch the Sky.
Good morning, Pastor Mo. It's great to be here.
Thank you.
I wanna go to the sky, I wanna see through your eyes. Hey, I'm not believing the lies, I'm not believing the lies. I wanna go to the sky, I wanna see through your eyes. Hey, I'm not believing the lies, I'm not believing the lies. Hey,
how do you wear this many hats? That's the first question I'm gonna ask you.
It's simply living and understanding that we all have many parts in the real sense. Nobody was created to be just one thing. So if we are intentional about living fully, there's a whole lot more in us that can come out.
Right.
There are many things we really have to live for. So understanding purpose in different directions, and then being ready to let God bring out every layer of that.
Right.
And you at every point is just what helps you to be many things at a time. So it doesn't really feel like being many things.
Right. Is it that at every point in time there's something that you focus on, and then for that day you wake up and today you know it's Destiny Trust?
You can be in the courtroom and you're receiving a message about something that you need to attend to.
Right.
So you switch from being a lawyer waiting for your case to be called to attending to some of your team members at the Destiny Trust. Right. It could be another person working on the Justice Project also requesting for your opinion on something.
Right.
So you do that while you're still waiting for your matter to be called.
Right.
So you're still being a lawyer, doing what you're in court to do, concentrating at the same time because you know what's coming up that day.
I'm so excited about the journey we've had together with the Justice Project, specifically in terms of the number of people we've been able to work together to release out of the correctional system. What do you say about that? What excites you about the Justice Project?
It's essentially the realizing the power that we have to help others regain their freedom, knowing what freedom is for everyone, and then seeing that someone who desperately desires that freedom cannot have that, except someone comes from outside of that system to help them. So knowing that we have the power to help someone regain freedom, to be who God created them to be again, is a big thing for me. And I'm sure for others who are working on the Justice Project.
What's your concept around rehabilitation?
I think the primary thing is that everyone deserves a second chance.
Right.
You could call someone a criminal or someone who has done something that really deserves punishment. But in the real sense, should that be the hand of that person?
Right.
So it's understanding that Everyone deserves a second chance. We all deserve a second chance. Everybody's looking for a second chance. You offend your friends and family members,
Yeah.
and you go before them asking for a second chance. Why shouldn't there be a second chance for someone who is called an offender? And then you see individuals who encounter the criminal justice system, and they are becoming better persons.
Right.
So should the society abandon them there?
Right.
And then you have a legal system or a constitutional framework that readily recognizes that that individual there still deserves to be heard.
Right.
So how do we even come to the point that you are an offender?
Right.
So there is that process that should
Right.
take place already. And we think that they deserve that opportunity to be heard,
Yes.
the opportunity to even know. Yeah, maybe they think that they are offenders, but in many cases, people do not even know that they have not committed an offense.
Right.
I recall the story of a group of boys. They were arrested somewhere around Maryland.
Yes.
They were homeless people. So they got before the court the first time, guilty or not guilty. Someone had advised them to just say
they are
not guilty.
Okay, not guilty.
So they were remanded. So we met them at a later time and we're asking them, the first person, what did you do? Said we were sleeping outside. Sleeping outside, being homeless, is not a crime. So the other one said, but they now said that wire was stolen in that area. So we are the people who stole the wire. Did you steal any wire? The first one said, I did not. The other one said, I'm part of those who stole the wire. So not everybody, they actually committed a crime.
Right.
One person felt that or thought that why he was there was because he was sleeping outside. Someone committed a crime, but others did not commit a crime with the person. So it becomes a problem, really. Many times they need someone to advise them, to tell them, to explain to them what the law is, to let them know their obligations. Have you breached any obligation here? If you haven't, then even if you have, you deserve to have a day in court. And that's exactly something that the Justice Project does. Counseling them, helping them to understand what the law is, what obligations are. Has there been any breach of obligation at all? What's the remedy? Do you understand that if you did it, you understand what you did is really bad? And are you willing to become a better person? Right. And we start that journey with them right from when we represent them in court, because we are not just going there to say, my Lord, my Lord. At the same time, we are looking at the individual, understanding what the facts of the case. We are telling the person, if you come out of this one, maybe for one technical reason or the other, or some other reasons in the law that allows you to be free, please don't come
Stay away from crime.
Stay away from crime. And it's a great opportunity, really, because it's when people are most vulnerable.
Right.
It's when they listen to you without questioning, because they know in that picture you're like the Messiah.
This whole concept of bringing salvation and liberty to people varies. So on this side of the Justice Project, it's actually about setting people free from the criminal justice system. On the side of Destiny Trust, it's actually about bringing people education, bringing boys who are off the streets education. So they're not genuinely free until the goals and the dreams that are in their heart are realized. And you are very heavily involved in this kind of freedom. Please tell us, what does it look like to set someone free in that kind of way? That's like the process of the Destiny Trust.
The people we work with at the Destiny Trust, certainly children and young people, freedom means many things to them. Right. Indeed, it's first the ability to live freely. You can think about many things that hold a child back. Disease, and homelessness, poverty itself, especially transgenerational poverty. Understanding that some people have been poor before you. When people talk about pedigree, this is the pedigree of poverty. So there is no hope anywhere. It's a predictable kind of outcome. You already know who you're going to become. If you can see like 4 generations of a certain family on the street. The great-grandmother is sleeping on the street. The grandmother is on the street, the mother is on the street, and the child is on the street. You begin to ask me, how is this even possible?
Right.
With early marriage or early pregnancy, kind of, it's possible for you to have in 4 generations.
Yeah.
Everybody's still walking around. You ask, who is this person? That's my great-grandmother. That's my grandmother's mother. That's my mother. It tells you that there is no way out for that child.
Right.
So freedom first is providing stability to that child away from that environment.
Yeah.
It's education. Education does most of the work, but not all of it. Yeah, because after the sophistic learning, ABC, AD, and 1, 2, 3, there is something more that needs to change about the person that is not taught in the classroom.
Right.
And there is something that only God does. I mean, most of these things actually are not about the individuals. It's not about how great your environment is, your learning environment. It's not about how good the food is. Your food can be good, and then the child is still telling you, I want to go back to the streets.
Right.
The environment can be good. Your walls can be good plated.
Yeah.
And then the child tells you, I still want to run away. So at the end of the day, there is that one you need to turn to and begin to ask for a solution. I need this person to become a changed person. So that's freedom on many levels.
So good.
The spiritual freedom,
Yes.
the mental freedom, the psychological freedom, you letting yourself to be free, to embrace even the opportunity that is being given to you. Because for those who run away from help, you then begin to wonder, what's the problem? The problem is that the individual is still chained.
Mental change.
Yeah, the
Spiritual
mental
change.
Yes, absolutely.
I like what you said about the spiritual dimension of the work you do. You know, on the one hand, it's very physical. It's going to schools. It's putting people back in school. On the other hand, it's keeping them in the home, having a good, nurturing home environment,
Absolutely.
bringing them food, helping their parents to pay rent. But there's something still remaining. And for one child to break out of the loop, there has to be spiritual impact. That spiritual impact is so crazy, because this is actually what is not covered by the charities of this time, because an NGO cannot give you the power to overcome the chains in your mind. So you need God.
Yeah, indeed.
So it's actually interesting to see you as someone who is in that secular space saying, man, we need God.
The truth is that no one really has the power to fix any human being that is broken.
Right.
That's so clear.
So good.
You can do your best. You can show the person that you love the person. But it becomes more heartbreaking to you to see a different pattern of behavior after you've done all. So what do you do then? That's when you realize the limit of your power and your interventions, and then you request for an intervention that is bigger than what you can do.
I remember once when we started the Destiny Trust, you guys were picking up the boys from Karamo Beach.
Yes.
You had like demonic attacks at night. do you remember?
I remember, and that was like our first one-on-one conversation about the Destiny Trust. That was in 2012. We had our first outreach. That was the soup kitchen.
Yes.
And then we came back, and one of the team members was complaining about being pressed in her dreams, and then was sick. And I was just thinking like, oh, come on. We just went there to give them food, to spend time with them, and ask them, why are you on the street? Where's your mother? Where's your father? We spent time, we took pictures together. So why is anyone pressing you? We didn't even see anyone at all. We didn't have a fight with anyone. So who is interested in you? Like, are you sure you're not just having nightmares just based on? And the person was terribly sick for just a few days and was telling me, oh, we need to see Pastor Mo and talk about this. And that was like our first interaction about
the spirituality of the work.
Yes, and for like a week we're praying together. That's been really helpful.
The power of spirituality in this work that you do is amazing. How to see someone who comes in broken, lost, being transformed by the power of God. and you see them talk better, you see them pray, see them worship, see them become happy, see their nature change. Some came in depressed, but their nature changed. Remember, one of the things I said when I came to the house was that I saw the brightness in the eyes of the children of Destiny Trust. They are not oppressed anymore. Some level of liberty has come to them. And I feel like the devil fights with poverty. The devil uses poverty as a tool to make people to be broken. Let's be honest. Who wants parents who can't feed their families? Who wants disgruntled mothers? Who wants families that are broken? Is the devil. Who wants people well, healthy, built up? Is God.
Absolutely.
Right. So just understanding that spiritual warfare has been very, very important on the journey of this, our charity work, hasn't it?
It's been. Yeah, it's an entire work of restoring dignity, and it certainly must be a battle. Yeah,
Right.
It certainly must
Spiritual
Yeah.
battle. What makes a person free?
Liberty or freedom is having the capacity to live freely. It's living without inhibition of any kind. It could be economic, it could be social,
Yes.
it could be physiological, and
Yes.
it could be spiritual. Anything at all that holds the human being that God created from living to the full extent of his or her potential
Yeah.
is what I would consider to be an impediment to God's purpose or plan for that person.
Right.
So living freely away from all of that is liberty. That's like a secular argument, right?
Yes. It's so powerful to be a liberator. Do you see yourself like a change agent, like a transformer of society? Because you know that these guys, if no one takes them off from the street, they will become the cult boys of tomorrow. Do you have this motivation from the fact that you are actually transforming society? Do you see yourself like a transformer of men?
I mean, it brings joy to see that we can be tools in the hands of God
Yes.
for what God really wants to do. But at the end of the day, I'm always afraid to see myself as a transformer, as a change maker.
Yeah.
Those phrases
Yes.
are really high sounding and great. But then if you think about the enormity of what it takes to do anything at all, to keep the system running,
Right.
to change people in the real sense, to pursue that whole agenda, then you become afraid to call yourself the transformer.
Right.
But then you couldn't see yourself as a vessel, as the vehicle for pushing what God really wants to do. So to that extent, yes.
I agree with you because you are the hub. You are more like a hub.
Absolutely.
So a lot of people connect to the system you've created.
And because
to make...
daily you don't feel that heavy lifting, you don't feel
Right.
you're doing something. If you're transforming
Yeah.
systems and people, you should be sweating, you know.
But you are sweating. It's intellectual
but
sweat.
it's intellectual sweating,
It's organizational.
right? No, it should be more.
Yeah.
You should feel that more because the work is bigger than all of that. So
Yeah.
if you're finding a bit of convenience in all of that, doing it comfortably,
Right.
then you know that there is that higher grace
There's
that is
grace.
propelling things just right behind you, and you're
Yes.
just in the front end of things. Yes.
It's so powerful. What kind of experience have you had with willingness of people to support? Because everybody thinks like, oh, this thing is so hard. For many people out there who may be actually invited to this kind of assignment by God, they think it's so hard. Like people will not support them. Nobody will give me money. So if you thought about it before you started, knowing that you're going to be giving out, I don't know whether it's 20,000 meals a year. Whether you're going to start at
it comes to
all.
over 100 in a year.
100,000 meals a year.
More than 100,000 meals.
That's
in a year.
wild.
Yes. In our school, every day, the family food drive,
Yes.
people that we have to give a meal support to every month to ensure that their children come to school.
Right.
So it comes to that. Families that have been resettled.
Right.
So when things get really tough for them, we have to then support them also. Yes,
Yeah.
they have the work they are doing.
Yes.
So it's not like they are living on the handout, but we know when the economy
When push
comes
comes
really
to
hard on
shove
them,
and-
then we have to provide that safety net for them.
It's so powerful, so powerful. But talk about the partners. What kind of support have you received and how easy? Should people be afraid of doing something like this? Or people should they just venture and go into it and believe that they're going to get help?
So I think that for anyone
Yes.
who sees a sense of purpose to do this for God and society,
Yes.
my advice to them is to step out. If you're trying to see the support lining up for you
Right.
before you step out, then you will not. Maybe it starts from you spending what you have, using
Right.
your personal resources, having your skin in the game first.
Right.
It's also then about sharing this vision with others around you,
Yeah.
creating a community around that. What
Right.
makes it pretty difficult for people to create that community is because they start off by trying to be the face of something.
Right. So it's a
And it
it's a
becomes a
personal
problem. Yeah,
branding journey that they're
so
interested in. Yes.
yeah, so many people don't want to help you to become
Who you
the
want to be,
showman
yeah.
that they want to be.
Showman, yes.
Yeah, people have their dreams as well. So okay,
Right.
this is your calling. We
Yes.
wish you all the best.
Yes.
They will donate to you once and go. But
Right.
one thing that has really helped us at the Destiny Trust, because really for people who know the Destiny Trust, they know the organization, but they
Right.
don't know the people behind the
Right,
organization
right,
mostly.
right.
We hardly on the TV
Yes.
or in the newspaper. We hardly tweet except to just retweet Destiny Trust.
Right.
And pronouns usually around we.
We and us.
Because we understand the limit
Right.
of personal
Power,
effort.
yes.
Yeah, it's the community that we have around the work.
Yeah.
So when people understand that they can come together, especially people who have that common purpose with you,
Yes.
yeah, there's no point starting just too many interventions. We can have people who are working together. Because for what Destiny Trust does, there's no way a single person can manage all of that.
Right.
Yeah, we do education. Under education, there are many things. You're running a school
Yeah.
that is an accelerated education school for older out of school children.
Yes.
You have like different homes. That's a care service.
Yeah.
It's like what people would call orphanages.
Yeah.
You have a tech program. You're setting up hubs for children to come together, learn programming, robotics, and all of that.
Right.
Doing innovation challenge. So even our identity as an organization changes quickly.
Right.
Today you are a tech organization.
Yes.
Tomorrow you are a school. Another day you are an orphanage. One day you are into arts and dancing
Yeah.
and doing everything. So you have people who readily connect with different components of what you
Right,
do.
right.
Why can't they come and own that and make
Right.
it their own thing? And nobody sees any founder
Yeah.
or anyone as the showman. So when you create an environment for people to pursue God's purpose,
Right.
and you don't make yourself the center of things,
I love it.
it's actually easier for you to build a community, and it's how the resources come as well. As Destiny Trust, to directly answer your question, we are mostly supported by individuals. Every year when we are audited, you then see that about 75 to 80% of our income, or the money that we use for the project, is actually coming from the public. We crowdfund, and it's easier for us because after begging for money, give us 1,000 and 2,000, we go back to people to
Right.
show them how every kobo has been spent.
spent.
So having that structure for
Accountability.
transparency, for accountability, a continuing reporting system that shows people that, hey, these people have no personal need of your money, and this money is actually going to
These projects.
to the project, helps a lot. So many people will come around. There is public trust. So
Yeah.
we basically ride on public trust and
Right.
the Destiny Trust. So it's the power of community for us.
Everybody in society talks about your personal brand. So, and as if your personal brand is a door opener.
I want my personal brand as a lawyer. So that's the one that brings me money.
Because even as a pastor, like I don't push my personal brand. I push the message of the gospel is the brand. It's Jesus Christ that is the message. It's not Moses either, Mike. It's not my
Absolutely.
picture by the
Absolutely.
flyer that makes me the man of God, right?
Absolutely.
We have a society where people are inundated with building personal brands, and these personal brands make it look like it's you, myself, and I. Everybody wants their name to
Absolutely.
be. The charity should have been Abimbola Ojenike
Foundation.
Foundation. You understand? Like we like our name so
to be
much
out
that we
there.
don't. But is it true? Like if you want to do something great from your experience now, that you have to do it with other people? Then for the people who connect to it to find their own personal purpose in it, it means you have to give them
That's
space to do
absolutely
it.
correct.
Absolutely
That's it.
amazing.
That's it.
When you speak directly to people and maybe speak to the audience and talk about the invitation to make impact with their lives, I want you, as someone who has found meaning in this journey, of changing people's lives, to speak to other people and say to them, hey, your life can count for something.
There is that recognition that at the end of the day, you really cannot pursue that happiness fully. You can't attain a certain level of fulfillment until you begin to think about something that is bigger than you. I know that is said all the time, but that's the reality. There is no way you can get to the deepest level of fulfillment if you don't do things that are not for your own personal good. So I encourage everyone, regardless of what you think it is that you have been called to do. I think whatever it is, it's important to God, it's important to society. Start doing it. Individual efforts in different places and together can make a really impactful change for the society. And many more hands are needed, because the problem is so big.
It's huge.
Yes.
It's huge. Is it a walk in the park? Where is the difficulty? Have you ever cried? Where is the stretching point for you to feel like this thing is crazy, what you're doing?
Really challenging part is when you see the limits of your impact,
Right.
maybe due to the limit of your resources as well.
Limits of resources.
You're interacting with the problems,
Yes.
really. You know what the problems are. You know where solutions can come in. You have tested the solution on a small
Right.
scale. You know how this can do something more exponential.
Yes.
But you then see that you're limited by resources.
Right.
It's when you begin to lose your wonder
Right.
and you're asking, are we doing
Yes.
anything? This
Yeah.
problem is so big.
Yeah.
I have how many children in school?
Yes.
There are millions of others out there.
Right.
And you know that you can set up systems that really help them. You know how resources can be better used.
Nigeria
It becomes
has
a
20,
problem.
20
really.
million out of school children.
Well, we are breaking it down now.
Wow. Yeah.
We are breaking it down, saying that only 10.5 million are out of school at primary school level,
Okay.
but we have up to like 8 point something million others who are the secondary school age,
Yeah.
but are not in secondary school.
Right, right.
In essence, we are still saying that we have close to 20 million people, but I think
Right.
it works for the optics now to not say we have 20 million
Right, right.
children who are out of school, to break it into categories.
Yeah.
Yeah, in that sense. But the reality is that we have so many people
out
who
of
need
school.
to be out of.
So when you think about the scale of this problem, it gives you a headache.
Yes.
There are also policy hurdles that you find when you want to take on the children, when you want to do stuff.
Policy constraints, even in terms of introducing innovative solutions. You possibly want to run a school, call it a special kind of education center.
Right.
That helps children to be able to do their primary school in like 3 years.
Right.
But you understand what the regular pace should be. But you understand why you want to do 3 years basic education for someone. Because the person is like 17 or 16
Right.
already, who has never been to school. If you want to follow the existing
System.
policy framework, then that person must still do 6 years
Right.
in the primary school. So it means that the person at the age of 23 will come out of primary school.
At 30
so,
years.
But then, so you then need to walk around the system and do your own study and find a way to provide the output from your research or your pilot as an input in policy making. And that's something we try to do. We try to write a lot at the Destiny Trust and to share data from our work, because we believe ultimately that we can do something more scalable if this data can go to policymakers.
Yes.
And they can see that beyond what exists today, there are other avenues for making change, or there are defects in our system that we need to correct. And these are tested solutions on a small scale. So we can make it more mainstream and do something on a nationwide scale. So that's always been the drive for us, really.
So incredible, the conversations around liberty
Thank
and
you.
freedom. I know that everyone wants to be free. The poor wants to be broken out of poverty. The hurting wants to find healing. The people in prison want to come out. And is this not the ministry of Jesus Christ when he says in Isaiah, the Spirit of the Lord God is upon me because he has appointed me to free the captives, to open prison doors, to heal the sick, and to restore people.
Absolutely.
So just to celebrate the work you do, and to
you.
thank you for being an instrument, not just seeing yourself at the hub of self-promoting, but also to create a sustainable system, a trust-based system where people can know that every naira they contribute to the Destiny Trust or the Justice Project are well applied. And then still be able to keep your elegance as a top shot lawyer in the industry, doing juicy briefs.
Thank you, Pastor Mo. Thank you for being an important part of that, and also for giving us the environment to do what God would want us to do. God bless you.
God bless you. Welcome to Touch the Sky. It has been so good talking to you. And I thank you for taking the time to come to the podcast set. We just finished a hard-hitting session about liberty and freedom with Mr. Abimbola Ojenike. It's been so amazing talking to him and just analyzing the concept of what freedom looks like. To the person who is poor, freedom is breaking poverty. To the person who is sick, freedom is being well. To the person who is homeless, freedom is a house. To the person in prison, freedom is to get out of prison and for them to get themselves back. It's amazing to realize that the little things we do can impact people's freedom in a very big way. You can be part of something. But one of the things that Mr. Abimbola said that made so much sense to me is actually about how he wasn't doing it for himself, how he was doing it for the greater good, and how he was able to find a system that created accountability, that people can trust the Destiny Trust as a vehicle for social good. You can help people come out of poverty. You can set the captives free. But this is the ministry of Christ. Until I see you next time, let's touch the sky together. And also follow us on social media. My handle is thismoses on Instagram. You can visit our website, collidecentral.com, to engage with our book, Collide GPS for a New Generation. See you. Cheers.
I wanna go to the sky, I wanna see through your eyes. Yeah, I'm not believing the lies, I'm not believing the lies. I wanna go to the sky, I wanna see through your eyes. Yeah, I'm not believing the lies, I'm not believing